That slim figure 8 lady of today may become chubby tomorrow. Therefore, believing God to guide you aright will require some level of self-restraint, patience, and faith. Faith, because if you rely on God to guide you into choosing your lifelong mate, you will definitely have the right one because He will not fail you. Wisdom is knowing the right thing to do and doing it. When it comes to marriage, wisdom is communing with God and submitting to His will. And when he's working out the connection, please be sensitive to the signals and grab it fast, because I do not believe in the ideology that God has specifically created one man for one woman. If you don't connect fast with the opportunity you have, you may lose it to someone else. Trust me guys, this is one way to ensure you don't embark on a fruitless journey. 2. Submit yourselves to counsel. Now in this stage, you have either found or been found. So even though communing with God gives you an edge, I strongly believe relevant counsel should continue to be sought deeply and deliberately. In other words, make yourself and relationship accountable to respectable individuals. In my opinion, introduce yourselves to, as intending couples, to your parents and at least one exemplary older couple who you would like to look up to by virtue of how impactful their marriage has been to you as individuals. Do not be tricked into believing you are mature and perhaps experienced. Therefore, you do not need anyone's counsel. This is because during this critical period, both of you must be willing to ask and answer deeper and more personal questions about each other as you explore individual goals, ambitions, perspectives, and life's experiences. And trust me, you will need the wisdom of those who have gone ahead on what is expected to disclose or refrain part-time at this stage of the relationship. Just because you want to be transparent does not mean you have to divulge every. There is time for everything. Also, yielding to timely counsel from parents and mentors is beneficial because they often identify key qualities that an idealistic person in love may neglect during this period and may pose to be a threat to their marriage in the future. Note that we see better than others by standing on the shoulders of giants. So for instance, some qualities may appear nice and you desire to find them in your spouse, but may not be essential. By submitting yourselves to counsel from these individuals of part-time, you will be able to draw the line between what is most relevant for making wise decisions against what may seem nice but irrelevant, thereby restraining your heart from leading you into regrettable actions. 3. Discuss everything that matters. Communication is key. This is a sensitive period where both the man and the woman must realize that expressing your perspective, feelings, and thoughts is okay and secure. This is not just a time of eating and drinking in your favorite cafe, but a time to commune and share opinions, ideas in order to know each other better. There is no room for assumption at this stage, so you must feel free to throw in the open whatever comes as a concern to you and satisfy your curiosity. This is because you are in a phase of discovering, assessing, and evaluating your compatibility as potential lifelong soulmates. And as much as it's okay to marry outside your race, you can't afford to marry outside of your values. So you must be confident to ask questions that matters and give answers as it relates to you. Holding back anything relevant to your proposed marriage at this stage is termed dangerous and may haunt you in your marriage afterwards. In fact, this step is the goal of courtship. Ask about his spirituality, where he worships, and his personal relationship with God. Family. Is there any special thing and events they do differently from others, and who they are, especially immediate family members? Vision. Your short and long-term goals must be discussed. A man without a vision is heading nowhere. Previous relationship, if any, to know if it's really over so you don't play chasing the shadows. Very, very important. Finances, an unavoidable one because this is where most married couples miss it. Share opinions now on how and what to save and invest on. Talk about divorce, if it can ever be an option and why. Discuss your views about sex to know who you are dealing with. Trust me, it's a reality in marriage. Don't come and be asking silly questions later when you are supposed to be on duty. Is it food? Blah, 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 blah. Maybe Google will help you find an answer. Is there any health concerns? You really need to know now if it is something you can deal with. Any phobias or special interests, and at what expense can you go to please yourself? Discuss temperament, because to a large extent it affects an individual's behavior. Food. This is most relevant when you're marrying outside of your culture and beliefs. It is an unavoidable pathway to most men's hearts. In conclusion, don't just discuss, watch to ensure whatever is said conforms with corresponding actions over time. Their disposition afterwards must correspond, else you're on your own. 4. Intimacy and romance. Isn't it interesting to know that romance is part of God's character? Yeah. Remember, we were made in His image, so He gave us emotions. Intimacy, on the other hand, involves feelings of emotional closeness and connectedness with another, which is often characterized by attitudes of mutual trust, caring, and acceptance. Do you now see, the correlation between intimacy, romance, and courtship? Obviously, if a relationship will lead to marriage, it cannot be void of intimacy and romance. And this is because as a relationship grows, it continues to bring a man and a woman closer as they share more trust and details of their lives, which naturally help them develop greater emotional and psychological intimacy between one another. However, at this point, caution must be taken. If your desire is to honor God with your life and to steer clear of any negative entanglement on your marital destiny, you won't assume that certain acts of passionate physical intimacy are no big deal. Because the more you see no big deal in your physical intimacy before marriage, the less of the very special moments you look forward to together as a couple. See guys, there's really no certain part of sexual intimacy that is either more or less meaningful than the other. They are all precious bonding moments. And you don't want to give that away just like that, especially if you don't end up together, which cannot be guaranteed until marriage happens. Although you may argue that kissing, hugging, touching, all of those stuff aren't wrong at this stage of your relationship, but can you deny that a man especially gets sexually aroused in 5 to 10 seconds or even less of engaging in this act? Truth is, there are appropriate type of intimacy allowed during this period and guides to maintaining the same. Imagine your parents or perhaps family members and friends watch you through the window whenever you meet. Would you still want to engage in any shameful acts? This consciousness should rule your emotions wherever you go and whatever you do, and therefore instill in you a sense of decorum. Another way to effectively put your intimacy and romance in check is to always plan your dates in advance. Don't just need to check on each other without an additional schedule on how you're going to spend your time together, and stay committed to the plan. Take for instance, when you plan to meet, plan to take 1 or 2 topics of discussion as listed in the previous text. This helps you to make your meeting worthwhile, not just gazing at each other, going back and forth on nothing specific to your marriage in advance. Commit to an agenda and follow through each time you meet. And most importantly, avoid meeting in a secluded area that provides room for just the two of you without interruption. When you know you can be easily interrupted, you get a better chance to comport yourselves and put your feelings in check. Having met all terms and conditions discussed in this video and have arrived at a satisfactory level with all the affirmations you can receive also from your counselor, then you can now move from this stage with confidence into the engagement stage, which precedes marriage. Congratulations! And yes, you can now make an official proposal. Will you marry me? And be rest assured you won't get embarrassed. I strongly believe this video has significantly inspired and informed you. If yes, please like and share with your fiancé or fiancée, intending couples and singles around you, friends, colleagues at work, everyone that needs to be informed. And if you are new here and haven't subscribed, please do that now and be part of this wonderful family. You are most warmly welcome. Check on my channel for more videos and hit on the notification bell to get notified when I come up with a new video. Thanks for watching, and until next time I come around. Bye.